Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Chapter 13, Ali Baba and 40 Thieves. Once there lived two brothers in a town in Persia. One was named Cassim and the other Ali Baba. Cassim had married to a rich lady. Since Ali Baba was poor, he married a poor lady and made his living by cutting wood. One day when Ali Baba was cutting wood in the forest, he saw a troop of horsemen coming towards him. Fearing that they might be robbers, he climbed up a tree and hid himself in the leaves of that tree. There was a steep bank formed of rock near the tree. When the horsemen came nearer to Ali Baba, he counted them 40. They all dismounted in front of the rock. One of them, who looked to be the captain, said the words, "Open, Sesame," and instantly a door was opened in the rock. They all entered and the door was closed after them. Ali Baba was watching all these. After a while the door opened again and all the robbers came out. The captain said again, "Shut, Sesame." The door closed and all the robbers rode away. Word meaning: troop, group of robbers, steep, having an almost vertical slope or pitch, instantly, at once. When all the robbers were out of vision, Ali Baba came down. He went towards the rock and said, "Open, Sesame." The door at once opened and Ali Baba entered. He found himself in a large cave, lighted from a hole in the top and full of all kinds of treasures like rich silks and carpets, gold and silver wares, and great bags of money. He loaded his 3 asses with all the money and bags of gold as they could carry. After closing the door by saying, "Shut, Sesame," he went back home. After reaching home, he told everything to his wife. She was overjoyed and wished to count it. But as she could not count it on, she ran to Cassim's wife to borrow a scale. Now Cassim's wife was very inquisitive and wanted to know what they were going to measure. So she covered the bottom of it with suet. When Ali Baba's wife measured all the gold, she carried it back, but she did not notice that a piece of gold had stuck to the suet. After seeing the gold, Cassim's wife began to wonder. She told her husband about it. He went to Ali Baba and persuaded him to explain that how he had become so rich to have to measure his money. Ali Baba told the whole story to Cassim. Cassim made up his mind and started for the forest with a lot of mules the next morning. He also said, "Open, Sesame," and the door was opened. He went in and the door closed after him. He started to pile up bags of gold. When he got ready to come out, he realized that he had forgotten the magic words which opened it. He tried to recollect the words but failed. Meanwhile, the robbers came back. The robbers rushed upon when they saw him and killed him. They cut his body into 4 quarters and hung them up in the cave. It was getting dark and Cassim did not return home. His wife was greatly worried. She ran to Ali Baba. He tried to comfort her, but when Cassim did not appear till morning, Ali Baba set out for the cave. Word meaning: inquisitive, fond of inquiring into other people's affair, persuaded, convinced, recollect, remember. When he reached there and saw his brother's dead body, he was struck with horror, but he quickly wrapped up the pieces and carried them home. Now Ali Baba wished to get Cassim buried without letting anyone know that he had not died a natural death. Cassim's wife had a slave whose name was Marjina. She was very quick-witted. Ali Baba took her into confidence. She went to an old cobbler named Mustafa. She bribed him to come and stitch the body together. She tied a handkerchief over his eyes and led him to and from the house so that he would not know where he had done the work. Then it was disclosed that Cassim had died, and the funeral was held without betraying the secret of his death. At that time, it was the custom of the country that a man could have more than one wife. It was usual when a husband died, his brother should marry his widow. So Ali Baba married Cassim's wife so that nobody could remark about his sudden rise in life and went to live in her house. Word meaning: horror, fear, wrapped, covered, funeral, the ceremony of a dead person to burial or cremation.
Like, share and subscribe.